It's your boy Indian Gooner in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, again I'm back with more and more Arsenal news, views, and information. So, without any further ado, let's move on with the news because I've got hell loads of news for you guys. Since after a match day, I definitely get a lot of news about Arsenal. But not only that, ladies and gentlemen, let's actually get along with some certain different things as well. Let me remind you guys that go and vote for the roast of the week. If you still haven't, go there and actually vote for your roast of the week. Other than that, the first only reminder that I'd really like to give you is that go and subscribe if you still haven't, because when you subscribe to the channel, you get all the notifications, and you actually have to hit that notification icon, the bell, and when you hit that, you have to select all the first options out of the three. So, without any further ado, let's move on with the first news of the day. Simon Collins has said Arsenal coach Lundberg is getting the kids ready for leap to stardom, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they showed a great amount of glimpse of stardom yesterday, and we saw what you name Nketiah, who's still not there with Arsenal for this season right now, but he's definitely another star. You've got Saka, you've got Willock, you've got Emil Smith-Rowe. I mean, who else you got? You got somebody on the bench as well. You got Martinelli. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Martinelli. You've got Folarin Balogun. You got Miguel Aziz. Yeah, you got Tyrese John Jules, ladies and gentlemen. You have got a lot. But I want to talk about what about the centre backs? If you can get certain full backs and if you get certain centre backs and full backs also from that young squad, I think I would be really highly obliged. Moving on, the next news of the day, Paul Merson, ladies and gentlemen, has said a lot actually in the recent times. He said, I had a bit of a go at Xhaka the other week, but I don't like fans booing their players. It is not right, and it is not Arsenal. You've got to have a bit more class than that. He never stopped trying, and even though I had a go at him, you can't be booing your own players, ladies and gentlemen. And he's dang right. Probably one of the moments where I actually agree with Mason, because yes, he's trying. It's just that after the Tottenham game, Shaka has improved in his performance. You can argue all while you want against Watford as well, but he was much of a better player after the Tottenham game. So I think he's trying, and as Arsenal is all about class, ladies and gentlemen, this doesn't suit us, at least for the class. And definitely booing your own players in social media or whichever platform or in real life or on the in the stadium, stop it. Please stop it. Moving on, Paul Merson again has said something special. He said that Arsenal beating Villa is a big win. Arsenal are in a situation at the moment where everyone's in transition. United aren't great. Tottenham aren't great. Chelsea aren't great. It's a real big time for someone like Leicester to break this top four, and you've got to have a good start, ladies and gentlemen. And I think, yes, every club that he's mentioned have to be worried about Leicester, because they are third in the league right now with 11 points. And obviously they've beaten Tottenham, they've drawn to Chelsea. So it's not going to be, I think Chelsea, yes. So it's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy, because Leicester are really a different kind of a mentality, a team this season. So I think, yes, they'll be trying to improve upon from the last season where they ended. Moving on, Tim Sherwood and Arsenal. I don't understand what is the problem, but Tim Sherwood had this to say. He said, stick to the plan. He's talking about Aubameyang giving penalty to Pepe. He believes that Aubameyang is the penalty taker of Arsenal, so he should have taken it. So to which he says that stick to the plan. You're the penalty taker. Stick to the plan. You're not a pub team. You're not in the Sunday league. You are behind in the game. You need that goal. Not a chance that Kane or Sergio Aguero would do that. I don't want nice men. I want winners. I'm sorry, Tim Sherwood. I fail to understand one thing. I agree, obviously, that you want winners. You want a team, every player to do their own job. But I think sometimes certain players are ahead of the curve. They see that, at certain stage of life, they see that their one gesture can boost a new youngster in the team. because we know that he's a trusted and he's valued at 72 million, and that youngster is really a monster of a performer. He just needs certain goals under his belt, and Aubameyang knows he's a striker. He knows in certain those kind of situations that he's been through at Arsenal himself as well, and at Dortmund, and in various clubs that he's played. So he knows what a goal can do. So I think Sherwood is right in his way, but his thick skull cannot enter. One important fact is that confidence is the key. And I think what Aubameyang had done, I'm not saying this in an emotional way, but yes, Pepe has scored 10 goals out of his 11 at Lille, was I think the fourth highest percent conversion ratio, fourth highest successful penalty taker last season. So statistical wise, Aubameyang was right. So Sherwood, shut the fuck up. So Sherwood, shut the fuck up. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, after that goal against Aston Villa, Aubameyang has overtaken Tim Sherwood in terms of the number of Premier League goals. Ladies and gentlemen, that means he has more Premier League goals than Tim Sherwood, and probably that hurts, isn't it, Tim? Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, just joking. Moving on, Gary Neville, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we know that Arsenal are going to face Manchester United. So Gary Neville had this to say: Arsenal next. I don't have a problem with that game. That game, for a reason, doesn't worry me. Don't get me wrong, Arsenal could come to United and do something, but I always think night game, Old Trafford. Pogba will probably return. Martial will be back. Other players will be back. So other players will be back. So that's what he's trying to say. He's saying that he's not worried about Arsenal because it's a night game, and at Old Trafford, it's always Manchester United that come onto the top. And that's what Gary Neville has to say. We'll see. I don't want to jump into conclusions. I don't want to say something which is very premature, and then that comes biting back to me. I don't want to do that at all. So I think let that be there, because I think whatever a job of a pundit is just to say whatever he feels like. I think it's quite a good job if you get buttloads of money to just speak shit on camera. No, that's not why I've opened my YouTube channel. Okay, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Important thing: Miguel Aziz, ladies and gentlemen, has signed first professional contract with Arsenal. Congratulations, Arsenal. Great to see that at least now, after Serge Gnabry is doing good, Jeffrey Adelaide is wreaking havoc, Daniel Malin is doing good with PSV. We are taking care of the youngest talent, the brightest talent in the club by signing them to a new contract. So keep those talent at Arsenal so that we can be a formidable force in the near future. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Well, FIFA have announced, the worst 11, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the worst 11 has been announced from last season, and Squadron Mustafi makes the cut. Yes, he is the worst centre back. Well, you can see the image. It's not, as an Arsenal fan, it's not something that I would be proud of. But all I can say, what I am proud of, is the 2 clean sheets that he's kept this season. So probably he won't be on that list next season. The season is long. Again, I made a premature statement. I better not become a pundit in the near future. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan Nobbs returns to Brazil and Portugal friendlies, ladies and gentlemen. All the best. Moving on, another thing is that the Golden Boy Award, ladies and gentlemen, and the names have been shortlisted. The 50 names have been shortlisted, to which Matteo Guendouzi and Reece Nelson have made the cut. Congratulations, Matteo and Nelson. You have made the cut for the most prestigious award, and I hope one of you wins, because you guys have really rocked for Arsenal. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, the survey results for the Arsenal versus Aston Villa games. The player ratings, according to a survey, and what fans believe, have actually been put up. You can see the image, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, Matteo gets more ratings. So you can see 7.6 for Callum Chambers as well. So I think you guys can definitely make whatever you can from this ratings as well. Moving on. Unai Emery has given an update on Emil Smith Rowe. I had already, said in that my previous video as well. Again, I'll repeat. He said he received a knock in his head, and it was for precaution that we changed him. But I am thinking that is going to be not a serious problem. That's what he said. So I think Unai Emery is pretty much sure that Emil Smith Rowe will be back for the Europa League competitions and the Cup competitions maybe. He's going to be ready. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Holding, after the game against Nottingham Forest, had this to say about his return. I couldn't have written it any better myself to make that comeback. The way it panned out was just brilliant. We love you, Rob. Well, I got one comment stating that Rob Holding is the Sergio Ramos of Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. I completely agree with that because whenever he comes in, he brings a subtle calmness in that center defense, and that's what was missing from Arsenal. Moving on. Cohen Bromall, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the image. He's red and white through and through because he was a part of Colchester United who beat Tottenham and eliminated Tottenham from the Carabao Cup on penalties, ladies and gentlemen. Cohen Bromall, ex-Arsenal player, rubbing it on the face of Tottenham, ladies and gentlemen. Well, once a gunner, always a gunner, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to something classic from Aaron Ramsey. Rambo has posted this in his social media. He said that, Bobby, that is Rob Holding, so good to see you back and getting on the score sheet. Love it, Skip. To which Rob said, thank you, bro. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain had this to say, love it, Bob. Rob Holding, and then said, my brother. Wow, what a great level of banter. Again, I said, once a gunner is always a gunner, and really, really love to see. Rambo, always, we miss you, brother. Congratulations on the first goal for Juventus as well. Moving on, Aubameyang has liked this comment, ladies and gentlemen, and that comment is actually really funny. It says, like if you're laughing at Spurs. Oh my God, unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Aubameyang's social media activity, trust me, is the naughtiest Arsenal player with his social media activities. Moving on, Kieran Tierney, well, he posted this after the game, to which Aubameyang commented, yes, my boy. Lacazette said, easy K. These two guys love the youngsters and definitely what they bring on the table. But make no mistake, Kieran Tierney is definitely going to be the biggest provider for Aubameyang's future goals because he is definitely going to kill it on that left flank. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope whatever news came your way through my channel made sense and gave you all the information about Arsenal that you were seeking so that you get well information and you get all the latest news, views, and everything about Arsenal through my community. So if you still haven't, be a part of my community by subscribing, hit that bell icon and select that all notifications so you get all the notifications of all my videos. I post daily and give you all latest Arsenal news. So without any further ado, I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers.